Hello, this is the Nameless Ghoul from Ghoul speaking, and you're watching PITCAM TV.
Hey, this is Roy from PITCAM TV, and I'm here for having an interview with a nameless ghoul of the band Ghost. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you very much for having us.
It's your first day here in Germany. When you're back here in Germany, you've been here before. What do you think about Germany and the German metal scene?
For us, Germany has been very, or let's just put it this way, we have been very absent from Germany, which has been a constant debate just because we've spent so much time touring other places. Not everybody else, everywhere else, but I would say we've spent a lot of time doing something else. And every time we get here, it's like we should tour here more often because it's a very obviously being a metal fan that even used to go here and as just a fan doing things. You know about the whole sort of metal past and the metal heritage, and from a professional point of view, I must say that German efficiency is very, very, very clear when it comes to playing venues. It's always very, very good, and when you do really have a good gig in Germany, it feels very, very nice. And well, bottom line is that we have spent a lot of time feeling sorry about the fact that we don't do that very often. So, but now we're here. So,
Very good. It's great to have you here. We waited a long time. Talking about Ghost and Ghost BC, I got lots of friends who are fans of your bands, but they're quite confused. What like there's a fan page called Ghost on Facebook and Ghost BC. What is the difference? Please explain.
we call ourselves Ghost. That's our name. And in the context, everything has to do. This is the boring part. Everything has to do with it's just stupid. Everything has to do with what basis the law of the country is. In America and England, where we have a big part of our sort of organization, our management being U.S., our head label is U.S., and the branch from which our record sort of is released in most of the world is from the UK. They have something called common law, which means that the rules of a name is very, very it's very arbitrary, as they say. Which means that as soon as you cannot produce a paper that says that you solely own the right to use the word, they can't use it. So just because we couldn't produce that paper, obviously because Ghost is such a phenomenally common word, they were not. They didn't dare to release it as something else or as that. So they demanded that we had something that added to that, and we felt that okay, let's just slap on whatever is least annoying. And but that is their product, and we call ourselves Ghost. We are Ghost. Everybody that sort of likes the band, they can call us whatever they want to, but we refer to ourselves as Ghost. And you know, the records that we release in Scandinavia always has just the Ghost logo because we don't operate under common law.
I understand that. I just wanted to make it clear because everybody was like, Ghost BC, Ghost, whatever. But we cleared that. Thank you for that. Talking about your two records, I love both of them. Big fan. You did not just change your style on the two records, also you changed your singer. Is he the reason why the second record is totally different from the style? Not totally different, but slightly different? Or, yeah, totally different from the other style?
I don't think so. Maybe he's sort of more specialized singing might have helped out in creating a slightly wider sound, I guess. no, it has to do with natural growth, and I still think that uh, I don't see the big difference, but I'm not dumber than to realize that there are differences. Um, but I think it has very little to do with the singer or the new singer.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh, the old one. That new one's it's just a irritation.
I know, saw an interview with him. He's a pretty bad guy, I think.
Yeah, but I'm easily nostalgic as well, so you always miss the old one. But when we get rid of this new one, we're gonna miss him as well.
Yeah, I could be the third one. I prepared some pictures. Let's play a game. Are you fine with that?
Absolutely.
I will show you like 2 pictures, and you say which one you prefer and why. So let's do this. You take them.
I'll hold this mic.
You hold the mic.
Yes. That was a hard one, obviously, because that gets me hard, and that's a hard rocking band. For me, they symbolize so 2 different things. They have one thing in common, that is that they both do. Yeah, that's the only thing. No, obviously, I am so fostered in the metal scene that obviously Merciful Fate will always have a very big piece of my heart. And but so ABBA has colored most people from Scandinavia as well, so they're in the DNA somewhere. But since I know that they will live on forever anyways, I would go for Merciful Fate, because I think that they might not have the same sort of collective worldwide support as they have. So Merciful Fate. Yes.
That's the right answer. You got 100 points.
Oh, thanks. Finally.
James Hetfield of the 80s and James Hetfield today.
For me, those are two so different characters. I myself I'm such a huge fan of Metallica, and I mean, not surprisingly, I'm one of those who sort of favorize the old band, and for me, that James Hetfield is a different character to the James Hetfield that we bump into every now and then, and you know, is somewhat of a friend, because it feels so different. And even though I love seeing Metallica even now, because they are such a powerful live band, and they really play those songs very with conviction still. You know, you get reminded. But whenever I can see that band for real, in real life, and then the next day when I'm somewhere and see a record, or I still collect all those things, and I see that there's it's sort of 2 different things. It's hard to explain, but it's but obviously, but the younger self obviously loves that one, but he's the guy that has supported us and helped us and being very nice to us. So I mean, obviously, I prefer the new one, because he's our friend.
That's it. Sorry. Thank you for this honest answer. That's coming to my next question, because I'm a big Metallica fan. Like you see on my tattoo, I got the Injustice for All tattoo. That was my first record when I was 12. And I saw James wearing a Ghost shirt. What makes you feel? Like you said you're a Metallica fan. What do you feel when you see something like this?
The first time it happened, when I guess that the big moment was when they were playing the Big Four show in Sweden, and all of a sudden he sort of come in frame on national TV, talking about us, which it was a kind of a funny moment, because we were not present at that time, because we had just played. We had done Roskilde Festival and something else, so we were flying from wherever it was to Sweden, and once we got to the airport, as everybody started turning on their phones, we were a bunch of 10 people, that all of a sudden like and everybody was like, oh, that's cool.
That must be an awesome moment for you.
Of course, it's a great feeling of I don't know the word for it, but especially as at that point we are still growing. There are still things happening but that was one of those moments where you got a level of recognition, not from like a bigger audience. Obviously, that was the result. But when someone from that stature, and especially someone that you've held so highly, come down and say that, wow, they have made a difference for me, that feels like pushing a really big stone and it actually moves. It's like it's hard to explain it, but it was a very big feeling, and that was a very big moment for the band in many ways.
I totally can understand it. I would have fainted, I think, when I would see James Hetfield wearing a shirt of my band. So last picture. Satanic pussy or satanic pussy?
I am a total cat person. I really love cats. I'm all in favor of that as well. But I profoundly worship cats.
Okay.
And
that's an honest answer.
Yeah, but I like this as well.
Very good. So, we received an email with a question from a fan of Ghost, asking, what are the nameless ghouls wearing underneath? What's it called?
Our clothes? Nothing.
Oh, you wear nothing?
Well, underneath all of it, there's nothing.
I would say this is a very good end of the whole interview. Thank you so much for taking your time and spending your time with us with PITCAM TV. And I hope you stay at the concert tonight in Wiesbaden and your whole tour here in Germany.
Thank you very, very much. We're very glad to be back.
Thank you. That was Roy of PITCAM TV. Thank you for watching us, and rock on.